didn't understand.
Yeah.
Fernandez, you know them?
Mungwa, yeah. Mungwa.
Mogua.
Eh.
And
What Mungwa?
what does
You call him Mgoa.
Goans. Young
Goan. Oh, okay, Goan.
Young Goans.
Selling some clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, they will tell me the mother.
Eh?
So 1910, our grandfather left from Goa on a small dhow boat, and he was 13 years old. And on the boat, it was coming from India, going to Mozambique. But for some reason, they reached Mombasa. And somebody on the boat told him, you just get off here, and got rid of him, because he was a stowaway on the boat. Now he gets out of Mombasa, and there's nobody, he doesn't know anyone. And luckily for him, a Kenyan family after a while adopted him. And he was living on the trees with them. And we don't know what happened in between. And then all of a sudden, at 21 years age, he returns back to our village in Goa, in India. And he meets my granny. She's 14 years old, he's 21. And he tells her that I found a new world and you have to come with me. But then, for some reason, on that boat, when he was going, he only could go, not her. So he left her in the village and he went, and no sign of him, because those days no writing, nothing. So for 8 years, at 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, my granny is in the village like a widow. Everybody making fun of her. Your husband came, married you and left you and went. And no way of communication, nothing. So she was very, very depressed and then had to go to her mom's home and dad's home as a widow. Then all of a sudden one lady in from our village came and saying, oh, I'm going to Kenya, I'll take her because I know where he lives. She just one bag with my granny and brings her to Kenya and connects her with my granddad, Mombasa. And from there the journey started. From there they went to Eldoret, they went to Isiolo, they went here, there, everywhere. They opened restaurants, they opened bars and bakeries. And one of the famous incidents they always tell us is when they were, because they are from Goa, we in Goa have got different skills. We know how to make alcohol, we know how to make bread, because of the Jesuits, Portuguese were in Goa. And we're very good at sweets and all that, very good. Coffee, all that we can do. So they opened a small restaurant and coffee. One day Hollywood was passing by. Well, they were making the film called Born Free. And when they were passing by, they smelled the coffee. So they came in and go to see, she had cakes and biscuits and that. And that's when their friendship started with Joy Adamson. They end up in a place called Larry. And it's running, and my mom is now newly married, comes in 1958 in this shop. And she knew how to stitch. She had done a course in Goa, and so she's stitching clothes and hanging in the shop, and Kenyans are coming and buying and that. And there's a box she kept. So any even change, she's telling the Kenyan, put it in this box. So everybody's putting money. And 4 or 5 years later, by then the Italian missionaries came to Lari, Canossian missionaries, Canossian. And she then gives this money to build a church. So they built the first church in Lari.
So basically, the real story about Mum coming to Lare was Mum got married on the 3rd of May. Dad was in Goa, they got married, and then Dad came back straight away. Then Mum followed him in sort of middle of June, because we've got some papers. In fact, I've got the documents that shows when Mum arrived at the port of Mombasa. She came by steam. I think it took about 6-8 weeks.
Yeah.
She arrived, and we've got a stamp there. The real story is how she made her way from Mombasa port to Lare.
Whatever, we don't know. So now you're going to be with us on this journey.
Shift our Somali Badiks.
Bandits.
Yeah, Somali Badiks.
The shifters.
Yes.
It means bandits.
The current ones, they are calling the Hashabab now.
Yeah.
Oh, they were the beginners.
They
So
are
the
really-
original.
they
So,
are
so that night I remember when we were attacked, and we are all now dying. We are all on the floor. My granny's on the floor. Every one of us, and we are all weed everywhere.
How old were you?
I was 7.
7 years.
Yeah, and she was 2. But I remember the
You can
guns
remember.
because of the guns. And we had tin houses, so the bullets were passing through. There were holes in our house, built bullets in the morning. And my dad with a machine gun is standing in the front of the door, and he's listening to them talking. The commander is saying, "Don't touch this house. They are giving us lift." And Dad is coming and telling all of us, "Yeah, okay, we are safe. They're not going to do anything," but we are not listening. Everybody's crying because we are dying now. Yeah, and then when we woke up in the morning, the whole street, people, dead bodies, the baker was killed. Our uncle escaped. Next door is our uncle's house. He was on the roof, sleeping under the tomato trees and all that. So few people escaped, but they killed the dogs. Everybody were done. Evening, our dad and mom decided we cannot live here now. And we got in a van. I remember my mom, dad, and 5 children. And at the back here, goat, chicken, and all, everything, and go. And we had, left our house, everything, and go to Kindaruma.
Fernandez.
They had a shop.
Once?
Yeah.
See?
You know once in Nare?
Yeah.
I didn't make them.
But you know
There is
that
an old man who used to tell us that there was a family, one family was living in Nare. Years.
We had
Only
a
one
family.
family in Meru. The place now, even that building, now it's a story building now currently.
Yes.
The same, see,
It's
that's
owned
where
by
it is.
uniform.
Do that again.
You do this,
This is the owner.
you move
This is the owner.
the leaves, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. He'll be
Then you
super.
chew.
What? You don't eat the leaves?
What?
interesting.
So did you find him?
Well, I gave the number of
Yeah.
one of the sons,
Pyria and
Paire,
one
and
is
he
Bintu.
told me Paire knows you very well.
And
Pyara Singh,
Yeah.
Pyara Singh.
Pierre Singh, yeah.
Pyara Singh.
Since you are Egypt, I think.
so
Yeah.
he's the one who's here, but
No,
sometimes travels.
it is Pitu Singh.
Pitu Singh,
Pitu Singh
Pyara
is here.
Singh is not there.
Pierre Singh, I have his number.
Ah, he's the one.
And who's the
His
one?
name is Mario Fernandez. Yes. And good. And we are on our way now to Lare. Okay, great. So we will take your number and we'll keep in touch. The eldest, and there are 5 more behind. Mom was getting really concerned that we got no education, no schooling for us. So she had come from Goa and she knew the education level in Goa. Schools are there, the Jesuits are teaching, but here nothing. So somehow she persuaded my dad to take me to school. And he takes me in the forest and there's one tree and kept me under a tree.
Here.
In Ilare, somewhere I'm sitting under the tree and 2 other 3 children and 4 of us
How
under
far from where?
God knows which tree, but there's no teaching. The guy comes and teaches us to take out the roots and how to eat the roots. Yeah, but that was cagey probably in those days. We have arrived in Lare, our childhood place where I was born. And this is the place where I came to school because there were no schools in those days. I was under a tree. So I came here just for one day. And when we came here under a tree with 4 or 5 students, but today it looks as if it's a big place and the local children are here. So this is actual Lare.
God bless you.
What is your name?
Do you live in Lare?
Yes.
You all live in Lare?
Yes.
Do you like Lare?
Yeah.
You're asleep.
I met you.
Just resting.
Okay, good. So. Yeah, spoke to me. Is he elder than you or younger? Yeah. He remembers us.
The guy you are speaking to knows about your history. Is around. Let me go and get him. This madam knows.
It was my mom passed 1988 and my father Amar Singh 2007.
Oh, 2007.
And you gave me the Bulgaria. You know,
Fine.
Fernandez. Tera,
you said,
What did you say?
brother,
my stepfather.
My stepfather, okay.
I was sure now. Na Benandi.
No, friends with the banner.
Na
And
Mustafa.
my brother.
And your brother.
My
Piara.
brother.
Your brother.
Bai se la bai ki tu ke mo. Bon se ba karan ko in kui. Dia bai ki te bise lo.
He's like, see, I'm like my dad. I'm like my dad.
In Larry, and we've met a couple of guys who remember Dad. One guy in particular, I'm going to show you. This guy here.
This guy
Yes. Yes.
you remember him? Francis.
Fernandez.
Mo ambe ndugu ya Francis.
Yes. And this is Peter, who's helped us find them. And his colleagues. And Mom, do you remember Amar Singh?
Amar Singh.
Amas.
Okay, Mom, I'm going to show you Amar Singh's son.
Yeah.
Okay?
She's saying Amar
She
Singh's
says you
son.
look like him. Yeah, come with.
Family, my mom.
Oh, don't you remember?
She remembers tomorrow. He remembers tomorrow. Tomorrow. He says he's passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he works for
Again, the
us.
family is alive.
Yes. Yes, yes.
Mama sings shop.
The original. So these two buildings, but you have to be there for this one. So this is the place that we were actually born. This is our house, obviously bought by somebody and has been turned into a shop. So we can see local tea here.
Somebody wanted tea.
Tea, that must be local, and then it's some other stuff here, bread, flour. But anyway, so this is actually the house where me and Goretti were actually born. Yeah, and Mom and Dad actually worked in this place. Hello, I'm at the St. Teresa's Church in Turulare. This is the church that I was baptized. And when they baptized, there was a Father Soldati on the 16th of June 1959. On my birth certificate, my mom said my name is Mario Francisco Matthias Fernandez. But Father Soldati, being Italian, wrote Marius, M-A-R-I-U-S, Marius. So all my life I grew up because Mom called me Mario, and I always thought my name was Mario until about when I was 18 and I needed some certificates for the work. And there I was shocked to find out that my original name was Marius. So since then I've been calling myself Mario. So this is the historic church that I was baptized all those years ago.
2 years old, he was 7 years old, and we were baptized here.
The time of Father Soldati.
That's it, Father Soldati.
In fact, I remember that they were talking about a family from Goa.
We are the one. Oh. Wow, beautiful breakfast, morning breakfast in Kenya. Early morning. Good morning from the village that I was born. This is the heartland of the Mira tree. So this is the actual Mira tree, and it's a cash crop, especially in Meru district. Now what is special about this tree? You see, this is known as the Mira, and people break it off, take the leaves off, and something really serious is going on here. All they do is they chip something like this, and then they start chewing this whole day and night. We have been in the town center, and it was quite shocking and disappointing to see everybody chewing this plant. So when my dad and mom were actually had a shop in Lare, the only trade in those days was the Mira trade. And as we in Goa and Karnataka and India have something called the pan, which is chewable, this is the chewing leaf of Lare, and it is quite an epidemic.
So Dad, you probably came this way to go to the bunker.
Yeah, no, I mean we had to come up because the bunkers were on top of the hill.
So much.
Thank you,
Okay.
Peter.
We'll
Thank
talk.
you.
And
But send me
Keep in
pictures.
touch.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah, send it. Okay, Peter, see you.
Nice, safe
Bye.
journey.
Yeah,
Thank you so much, Peter.
So we're on our way to Nanyuki, and we've just stopped in the middle of the road because in the background we've noticed Mount Kenya.
Yeah, today I met a very good friend of mine, Keith Pearson. He had come to Goa 3 years ago. He's the theatre director of Kenya. So this is his lovely place. He's a very creative person. He's got a pond here, he's got a theatre room here, he's got students from around the world at his place. So he's just taken us to a river where the elephants comes, and he has lots of birds. So this is a famous place in Nanyuki.
Hello, so we're just at Nanyuki, and we've spotted this equator sign which says it's on an altitude of 6,389 foot.
Yes.
So we're right at the center of the world.